He didn't truly understand who Emalee Mitchell was. Scanning her body, seeing the many bruises and scars, she looked like a victim of abuse. She was more than a victim. She was a fighter. White Horse, Red Blood, Chapter 28, Proximity. "I feel better already," said Emalee. "It's the first time that I've been—" There was a long pause. She was trying to find the right words to tell Bryant how she truly felt. "It's okay, I get it," said Bryant. He found himself holding Emalee while she continued to fight back tears. "There's nothing that makes you feel safe anymore. We all just get to watch as the whole of humanity turns into this giant free-for-all." Emalee's face was red, her eyes glassy with fluid. Bryant struggled with his own pain. He was fighting back the throbbing in his bruised ribs and back. He had used the device that Savior had given him to find Emalee Mitchell. She was at one of the many bars in the Gothic district of the city. When he found her, she was fending off a trio of men, each of them travelers to the city, each of them as high as a kite. "I have been contending with the staring for years, but now, Bryant, they don't just stare anymore," said Emalee. She was looking down at her bruised wrist and bicep. "Well, you sure beat the hell out of one of them," he laughed, wincing again at his pain. The impact from the bullets had caused a fair amount of swelling. His friends were so wasted, all they could do was back away from you. They just laughed at him. "You know you put his teeth out." Emalee held her elbow up for Bryant to see. There was a small gash and dried blood surrounding the point of impact. "Yes, Bryant, I'm aware," she huffed before wiping away a few remaining tears. She hated the position she was in. Of all people to be vulnerable with, thought Emalee. "I can't believe I'm acting like such a baby. I can't stand this, Bryant. I can't. Sorry. I just need you to stop." He quickly separated, giving her space, the reaction confusing him. But he quickly realized he didn't truly understand who Emalee Mitchell was. Scanning her body, seeing the many bruises and scars, she looked like a victim of abuse. She was more than a victim. She was a fighter. Most of the marks Emalee wore came through brutally defending her body. While Bryant struggled through his momentary physical pain, Emalee worked through pain that was deeply emotional. He tried offering additional thoughts to ease her frustration. "You're not a baby. You're just a fish out of water, and a beautiful young woman that simply lost her mind. You can't travel alone anymore, kiddo." Emalee shook her head. She drew a deep breath and sighed before stepping back to Bryant, throwing her fist in his direction, a playful right hook. "Do you have a place to stay?" "Ah, easy." Bryant cringed at the anticipation and tensing of his body. "And no, I wasn't planning on being in the city for much longer. Maybe, quick thought, maybe we get out of Barcelona together. Maybe, but for now, you get to stay with me. This crazy guy I know says I shouldn't travel alone." She got up and began walking slowly away. "Come on, if we can't eat out in public, the least we can do is hit this mercado and make our own dinner." Bryant got up and followed. He had never been completely comfortable with her before. He'd assumed it was for a combination of reasons. She was lesbian, she was difficult, and she was beautiful. The combination had always bothered him. He'd even wondered if he would be happy in a relationship with her. He also understood that he was just thinking about the sex.